In this video, I'm going to answer the Edexcel Maths Foundation Tier Paper 3 Calculator from November 2018. Question 1. So we've got write a number in each box to make the calculation correct. So 56.3 plus something equals 100. So we could work this out by doing 100. Take away 56.3. And we can type that into the calculator. And that gives us 43.7. And the second part, 2/7 plus what plus something equals 1 whole. Well, 2/7 plus 5 more sevenths will make 1 whole. Question 2. Write 3% as a fraction. Percent means out of 100. So 3% means 3 out of 100. Question 3. Find the square root of 1.44. We can type that into the calculator. Square root 1.44. And I've got 6/5 or 1.2. And question 4, work out 1/8 of 720. When we see of, we can do times. So 1/8 times 720. And that's 90. Question 5. Here is a 3D shape. So it looks like a cuboid. Right. Part A, write down the name of this 3D shape. That's a cuboid. Write down the number of edges. So how many edges have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 on the top. 1, 2, 3, 4 going down, and 1, 2, 3, 4 on the bottom. So that's 12 in total. Question 6. An ordinary fair dice is thrown once. On the probability scale, mark with a cross the probability it lands on an odd number. So the dice has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 on it. The odd numbers, there are 3 out of 6, or 1/2. And part B, write down the probability that the dice lands on a number greater than 4. There are 2 numbers greater than 4 out of 6. So we can write 2/6, or we could simplify to 1/3, but we don't have to. So I'm going to leave it as 2/6. Question 7. Sean is 1.88 meters tall. David is 6 centimeters taller than Sean. How tall is David? So 1.88 meters is 188 centimeters. And if David is 6 centimeters taller, 188 plus 6 is 194 centimeters tall, or 1.94 meters. Question 8. 2 pens cost £2.38. 5 folders cost £5.60. Ben wants to buy 20 pens and 20 folders. He has £50. Does he have enough money? So 2 pens cost £2.38. So to get 20 pens, we're going to have to buy 10 lots of 2. So for the pens, we're going to pay £2.38 times 10, which is going to be £23.80. And for the folders, 5 folders costs £5.60. We want 20, so we're going to have to buy 4 lots of 5. So it's going to be £5.60 times 4, which is £22.40. So does Ben have enough money? £22.40 and £23.80 is £46.20. So does he have enough money? Yes. Question 9. So the diagram shows 5 shapes on a centimetre grid. Write down the name of shape E. Shape E is a trapezium. It's got 2 parallel sides. So it's a 4-sided shape with 2 parallel sides. And that's a trapezium. Two of the shapes are congruent. That means they're identical. Write down the letters of these 2 shapes. So which 2 shapes are identical? C and D is the same shape, just flipped around. So it's the same size. So C and D are congruent. Question 10. On the grid, reflect the shaded shape in the mirror line. So we're going to reflect the shape. So these 2 points are going to stay where they are. This was 1 away, so it'd be 1 away on the other side. This point was 2 away, so 2 away on the other side. This point is 2 away from the line, so 2 away on this side. So there is our shape. Question 11. There are men and women at a meeting. There are 28 women and 30% of the people at the meeting are men, which means 70% are women. So there are 28 women and 70% are women. So 28 is 70%. If we divide by 7, we can find 10%. So if we divide by 7, 28 divided by 7 is 4. So 4 is 10%. So 100% is 4 times 10, which is 40. So the total number at the meeting is 40 people. Question 12. Joan asked each of 60 people to name their favourite vegetable. Here are her results. So we've got 24 like peas, 16 carrots, and 20 mushrooms. So that's 60 people in total. And we're being asked to draw a pie chart. So for a pie chart, we've got a circle, and the angles in a circle add up to 360. So 60 people have to make 360 degrees. What do we times by 60 to get 360? That's times by 6. So if we times all the frequencies by 6, that will tell us how many degrees for each vegetable. So 24 times 6 is 144. Sixteen times 6 is 96. And 20 times 6 is 120. So we're going to draw 144 degrees for peas. So we grab the protractor. We're going to line up the center of the protractor with the center of the circle. And we're going to measure round 144 degrees from 0 round to 144 degrees. And we'll join that up with a line. Then we're going to measure 96 degrees for the carrots. So again, the center of the protractor, center of the circle. And we're going to spin it round to line up 0 with our new line. And then we're going to measure 96 degrees. And we join a line again. And then hopefully we're going to have 120 degrees left for the mushrooms, which we do. So it's peas, carrots, mushrooms. And there's our pie chart. Question 13. Annie sold 45 books at £1.20 each. Should we work this out as we go? So 45 times £1.20. That's £54. 34 candles at £1.50 each. That's £51. And some calendars for 90p each. She got a total of £150. How many calendars did she sell? So let's take off, this is £105. So 150, take away the 54, take away the 51, that's £45 left. So if we take these away, we've got £45 left for the calendars. And how many did she sell? So £45 divided by 90p. So how many 90p's make £45? £45 divided by 90p, and that's 50. So she sold 50 calendars for 90p each, which will be the extra £45. Question 14. Here is a four-sided spinner, and we've got the tables of the probabilities that it will land on 1, 3, and 4. 2's missing, and that's what we're being asked to work out. So all probabilities have to add up to one whole. So at the moment we've got 0.2 plus 0.4, which is 0.6, plus 0.1, which is 0.7. How many more do we need to make one whole? That's 0.3. Which number is the spinner least likely to land on? So the lowest probability, that is 4. 4's got the lowest probability. Jake is going to spin the spinner 60 times. Work out an estimate for the number of times it will land on 1. So that's 0.2 is the probability. And it's 60 times. So it's 60 times 0.2, which will be 12. Question 15. Bert has 100 cards. There is a whole number from 1 to 100 on each card, and no cards have the same number. So he's got a set of cards with 1 to 100 on them. Bert puts a star on every card that has a multiple of 3, and a circle on every card that's a multiple of 5. How many cards have a star and a circle on? So the numbers in the 3 times table and the 5 times table have a star and a circle on them. So it's going to be every 15 numbers. So the 3 times table is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, and so on. The 5 times table is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and so on. So you can see that 15 is in both of them, and then 30 is in both of them, and it's going to go up in the 15 times table. So the numbers will be 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, and 90. So the numbers in the 3 times table and the 5 times table, that's the 15 times table, and there are 6 of them in between 1 and 100. Question 16. Write down the ratio of 450 grams to 15 grams. Give your answer in its simplest form. So what times table are 450 and 15 both in? Well, we can divide them both by 3. So 150 to 5. And then we can divide them both by 5, which is 30 to 1. I think we could have used a calculator for this. If we'd typed in 15 divide 450, it would have told us 1 to 30. So simplify a fraction in the calculator. So if we put this in as a fraction, it will simplify it for us, but we just need to write it as a ratio. So instead of 1 and 30, 1 over 30, it's 30 to 1. So we can write 30 to 1. Question 17. The diagram shows a pentagon and it's got one line of symmetry. So that's down the middle. AE equals 4x. So A to E is 4x. A to B is 2x plus 1. B to C is x plus 2. And the perimeter is 18. Show that, make an equation. We're gonna make an equation for the perimeter. So because of the symmetry, CD is also x plus 2, and DE is also 2x plus 1. So all of these added together make 18. So we've got 4x plus 2x plus 1 plus another 2x plus 1 plus x plus 2 plus another x plus 2 equals 18. And if we simplify this, how many x's have we got? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 x's. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 10x plus 6 equals 18. And that's what we had to show. Find the value of x. So we're going to solve it now. 10x plus 6 equals 18. We're going to subtract 6 from both sides. So 18 take away 6 is 12. Then we're going to divide both sides by 10. So 12 divided by 10 is 1.2. Question 18. Trevor buys a boat. The cost of the boat is 14,200 plus VAT at 20%. He's going to pay a deposit of 5,000. Right, so let's do the cost of the boat. Right, we're going to add on 20%, then take off the 5,000, and then he's paying the rest in 10 equal payments. So then we're going to divide what's left by 10. So 20%. So we want to add on 20%. The quickest way to add on 20%, we could work out 10%, double it, and then add it on. The quickest way to add on 20% is to multiply by 1.2. So we're going to do that, and that's £17,040. So then he's paying a deposit of 5,000, so we'll take that off. So take off the £5,000 deposit, which is £12,040. And then we're going to divide the answer by 10, which is going to be 1204, £1,204. Question 19. On the number line, show the inequality x is less than 4. So it's not equal to, so we don't colour in the circle. And it's less than 4, so we just draw an arrow going less than 4. Y is bigger than 3 and less than or equal to 7, where y is an integer. So y is a whole number. Write down the possible values of y. So it can't equal 3, so we won't include the 3, but it can equal 4, or 5, or 6, and it can equal 7. Part C, solve. So we're going to solve the equation, solve the inequality. So we're going to subtract x from both sides to start with. 3x take away 1x is 2x. So 2x plus 5 is bigger or equal to 17. Subtract 5 from both sides. So 2x is bigger or equal to 12. And then divide both sides by 2. X is bigger or equal than 6. Question 20. Write 7,357 correct to 3 significant figures. So with significant figures, we start counting at the first non-zero number. So 1, 2, 3. We've got a 7 next. It's above 5, so it's going to round up. It's going to kick up the 5 to a 6, the 50 to a 60. So we've got 7,360. Part B. Work out the square root of 17 plus 4 squared all over 7.3 squared. So we're just going to type that into the calculator. The square root of 17 plus 4 squared over 7.3 squared. So we've got 0.1077981356. So we're going to write down all of that. $1,077,981,356. Question 21. Last year, Joe paid £245 for her car insurance. This year, she has to pay £883 for her car insurance. Work out the percentage increase. So percentage change is the change over the original times 100. So the change is 883 take away 245 over the original, which is 245, times 100. So 883 minus 245 over 245 times 100, and that's 260.4%. It hasn't told us how many decimal places or significant figures to round to. All right, 260.4. Question 22. Complete this table of values for y equals x squared plus x minus 4. So we can either use brackets on the calculator. So wherever we've got an x, change it to brackets, and then substitute the numbers into there. Or we may have a table mode on the calculator we can use. So I'm going to press mode, then table. F of x equals x squared plus x minus 4. We're going to start at -3. We're going to go up to 3 and go up in ones. And so here's our table. So -3 and 2, -2, -2, -1, -4, which we've already got. So -3 and 2. The next one we need is 0. So we'll go down 0 and -4. Then we need a 2. So 2 goes with 2. And a 3. 3 goes with 8. So there's our table of values. just quickly the other way we could have done it. So we could have written in brackets wherever we had our x. So just changing the x's here for brackets. And then inside the bracket, write whatever number x is. So for the first one, type in -3. And that will give us 2 as well. And we can change this number inside to give us the other values. But on the grid, draw the graph of x squared plus x minus 4 for between -3 and 3. So -3, 2, -3, 2, -2, -2, -1, -4, -0, -4, 1, -2, 2, 2, and 3, 8. So 2, 2, and 3, 8. So then we're going to have to join these up now, which I'll try and do. Use the graph to estimate a solution to x squared plus x minus 4 equals 0. So that's where this graph equals 0. So where y equals 0, that's where it crosses the x-axis. So it crosses here and here. So it looks like it's at 1.6 and -2.6. So 1.6 and -2.6. Question 23. Fran asks each of 40 students how many books they bought last year, and the chart shows information about the books they bought. So work out the percentage of these students who bought 20 or more. So how many bought 20 or more? These 2 people out of how many in total? 40. So 2 out of 40. What's 2 out of 40 as a percentage? So in the calculator, you can just multiply by 100. 2 out of 40 multiplied by 100, and that's 5%. Show this an estimate for the mean. Estimate the mean number of books is 9.5. You must show your working. So to estimate the mean, we do the midpoint times the frequency. So the midpoint for these 11 books, 11 books here, 11 students here even, and they bought 0 to 4. So we estimate that they bought the middle, which is 2 books. So we do 11 times 2. We estimate that these 8 people bought 7 books, because that's halfway between 5 and 9. We estimate that these 13 people bought 12 books. So we use the midpoint, and we are going to times 11 by 2, 8 by 7, 13 by 12, 6 by 17, and 2 times 22. So if 11 people bought 2 books, that's 22 books in total. 8 people bought 7 books, that's 56 in total. 13 people bought 12 books, that's 156. 6 people bought 17 books, that's, we can use the calculator, 102. And 2 bought 22 books, that's 44. So we're going to add all these up to get the total number of books and then divide it by 40 people. So 380 books is our estimate, and divided by 40, answer divided by 40, and that's 9.5. Question 24. Lara is a skier. She completed a ski race in 1 minute 54 seconds, and the race was 475 meters in length. Lara assumes that her average speed is the same for every race. So speed equals distance over time. Using this assumption, work out how long Lara should take to complete a 700-meter race. Give your answer in minutes and seconds. So for the first race, we know the time and we know the distance. So we're going to work out the speed. So speed is equal to the distance, which is 475, divided by the time, which is 1 minute and 54 seconds. Now, we don't want to type 1.54 into the calculator because there's 60 seconds in a minute, not 100. So we can convert it using this time button. 1 minute, 54 seconds equals 1.9. So 1.9 minutes. So 475 divided by 1.9. So that's a speed of 250. And the units are meters per minute. So that's Lara's speed. How long should she take to complete a 700-meter race? So time is equal to, if we cross off time, it's distance over speed. So distance is 700, speed is 250. So 700 divided by 250, and that's 2.8 minutes, but we want it in minutes and seconds. So 2.8, click the time button, that'll be 2 minutes 48 seconds. So 2 minutes and 48 seconds. Lara's average speed actually increases the further she goes. How does this affect your answer? So if her speed goes up, it should take less time. The faster she goes, the less time it will take. So it would take less time. The answer would be lower. It would be lower, and in brackets, that's less time. Question 25. ABC is a right-angled triangle AC is 14 centimeters, that's shown on the diagram. Angle C is the right angle, again shown on the diagram. The size of angle B to the size of angle A is the ratio 3:2. So angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. We've already got 90 degrees, so these other two must be 90. So there are 90 degrees between them. We've got 5 parts here. So 5 parts, so divide by 5. So each part is 18. So each part is 18 degrees. So angle B is 3 times 18. And angle A is 2 times 18. So angle A is 36 degrees. And angle B is 54 degrees. So we're only going to need one of them. The question says work out the length of AB. So we're finding this length. We're going to be using SOHCAHTOA. So if we use angle A, we could have used angle B, but we only need to use one of them. And then we've got the hypotenuse. The opposite is opposite the angle we're using. And the adjacent is in between the angle and the right angle. So we're not going to use the opposite. So it's not SOH, it is CA, and it's not TOA. So we're using cos. So we either use the formula of the triangle, whatever you're used to. So if you use the formula, it's cos with the angle equals A over H. Or if you use the triangle, you've got cos with the angle down here, A and H. It's the same thing, just a different way of doing it. So we're going to substitute in what we know. So the angle was 36. Cos 36 equals A, which is 14, over H, which is X. And to get X by itself, we're going to multiply both sides by X. So cos X times cos 36 equals 14. And then divide both sides by cos 36. So X is 14 over cos 36. And if you're using the triangle, you cover over whatever X is. So cover over H. So it's A, which is 14, divided by cos with the angle, which is cos 36. So 14 divided by cos 36. 14 over cos 36. And to 3 significant figures, that's 17.3. Question 26. Here are the first 4 terms of an arithmetic sequence. So we've got 5, 11, 17, 23. Write down an expression in terms of n for the nth term of the sequence. So we can see it's going up in 6s. It's going up in 6s. So it's going to be 6n. 6n is the 6 times table. And then what do you do to the 6 times table to get this sequence? It's the 6 times table, take away 1. So the nth term is 6n minus 1.